Hello, welcome to today's program. I am so happy to be here. Today I have with me Sandra's channel and Giselle Creations. Did I get that right, ladies?
Yes.
Sandra, yes.
Oh, you're going to teach me how to pronounce your last name, Sandra. Just
Chaney.
Chaney. Oh,
Yes.
look how different that was.
It's okay.
It's like my name, right? Okay, so let me introduce myself. This is Eseverere, and I am also known as AKA the 5 to 9 CEO. I'm so happy to be here on Interrupted Blog. Woo-hoo! Yes, so just barely 2 weeks ago, precisely December 3rd, I happened to be a guest on this show. Shout out to Tawanda Blake, who would have thought that she would turn the mic over and I will be here. And I'm so excited to be on the reverse seat this evening. So welcome to the show, Sandra and Giselle. Did I get that right?
Yes.
You did. Yes.
Okay, so I am, as you all know from the last show, I introduced myself. I'm a certified Les-Brown Motivational Speaker. Woo! Shout out to me now. And I am also a business coach, a business consultant. And today I have two lovely ladies here with me. They are also Les-Brown Certified Motivational Speakers. Woo, 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 woo. I wish I had some bells in the house just so we can make some more noise. And guess what? They are also in the TIR program with me. And what does that mean? Thinking into Results is a Bob Proctor program that we are all doing, a 6 months mastermind program. And today we're going to be hearing so much from them, okay? So let's roll. Are we ready, ladies?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so today I'm going to start with Sandra. Sandra happened to be a best-selling author. She's a certified empowerment coach. She's, of course, I told you all, she's been certified by the great godfather himself, Les-Brown, right? As a motivational speaker. She's also a mother. She's a non-profit consultant. Check that out. Woo! Sandra is currently working on her 4th book and she's just releasing a motivational t-shirt line. Sandra, you need to tell me about that. I didn't know that. Woo!
Yes.
Yes, I'm so excited for you. And
Thank
also
you.
in the house is Giselle Donovan. Did I get your name right?
Yes.
Okay, who is also an entrepreneur. She's a mother of 2. So we have mothers in the house. How many kids do you have, Sandra, by the way?
1 son.
1. Okay, so we have one son. How many kids do you have, Giselle?
I have 1 son and 1 daughter.
1 son and 1 daughter, and I have 2 sons.
Oh.
Okay, so Giselle is also a motivational speaker, like I mentioned earlier, trained by Les-Brown. Oh my God. And guess what? This past weekend, Giselle shared the stage with Les-Brown. Woo! She lit the stage. The stage was practically on fire. And you need to, if you not watch that video, you need to go back, go look for it. Go to Les-Brown's page and look for that video. And you need to see this lady. She came out with her glamour, and she also had her crown. Oh my God, that was the height of it all. It was so much fun. Okay, so let's jump right into things. And I'm going to start with you, Giselle.
Okay.
Coming up from this exciting weekend, this past weekend on the Power Voice Summit 3 that was held, can you please tell the audience what the summit is about?
Yes, definitely. So first of all, I want to thank you for inviting me to this platform, because it's amazing. How can we share all this passion, right? Because we have to basically tell the world and use our voices for everybody to see how they can also impact people. So about this summit, the summit was amazing. Basically, we just share our story, and based on that and based on everything that we do and we learn, we get picked. And luckily I got picked. It was only 20 out of like 300 or 400. I don't exactly know how many people, but I was so like honored and humbled to be picked, and oh my God, this was amazing. I share my story with passion, and I know that in the business that I'm doing, and I know with a lot of women, we can help more women and we can conquer the world, just like I always say.
Yes, exactly. We can conquer the world. I think I like that. We can together, we can conquer
Yes.
the world. So there's power in unity, right? Great,
Definitely.
great, great. And so I want to ask you one question, because you'll remember that the reason why we are here is because we're going to be going on a tour. Like, you ladies are going to be going on a tour. So can you tell me the name of that tour, Sandra?
Yes. Celebrating life, celebrating you. Yes.
I'm excited. You know, I love
Me too.
celebration. Celebrating life and celebrating you. And you two happen to be two of the ladies that will be on that tour from, I think you all about six. Did I get the
Yes.
number right?
Yes.
Awesome, awesome. How do you feel about the upcoming tour, Sandra?
I am ecstatic. The biggest thing for me is I love helping people. I know that I have something to share. And so I'm just ecstatic at the lives that will be impacted by all of us, and the lives that will be changed, and possibly the businesses that could be started. You know, I'm just excited about what we're getting ready to impart in the women.
Awesome.
And maybe men too, because you just never know.
You never
So,
know,
yes.
because sometimes you think you're speaking to others, but you're actually speaking to yourself, actually,
Yes.
right? I've had a
Yes.
lot of impactation in the journey of, things that I've been educating people or talking to people. And most of the time I realize that sometimes I need those lessons too. Okay,
Yes.
so we're going to go back to the tour. So I'm going to just come with me here. I'm going to go back to you, Giselle. Tell me, what was your experience like when you found out you were going to be amongst the 20 speakers? Because I remember I was on Power Voice Summit too, and it was a wonderful feeling. But I don't want to get the words out of your mouth. I just want you to tell me, how did you feel when you heard that you were selected? Tell us.
Well, first, I had to tell you the story behind it, because I think this was a call. Like, in 2018, I found myself with situations that I was not like, I'm a chemistry student, and I haven't finished my career because of my kids and everything. You have to provide to your family and everything. So I just started developing my mind. So I started listening to Les-Brown, and
Wow.
this impacted me in a way that I was like, oh my God, I have to follow this man. I love it. He has changed my mentality. I started working, knocking doors, and I said, I like this job, because basically it's my job. It's like, it's based on my effort. If I knock, I don't know, like 40 doors, whatever, it's on my effort. Like if I do a sell or whatever, I protect families, because I used to sell alarms. So I didn't see that job like selling alarms, but protecting families, because in reality, you are doing that. And something in me, started like awakening. I was like, I like this. Like I was feeling well when somebody got protected, the kids, whatever, all the things that they were working for. And I said, I like this. Like, I like this mentality. And then I joined this opportunity, which I am now, and as an influencer of a hair company. And I loved it, because I said, oh my God, I'm helping people and talking about like beauty. We as women, we like to take care of ourselves.
We like to be pretty.
Exactly, our hair, everything. And I really liked it. I didn't know, like to be honest, the impact that the hair has in the skin for us, like women. So I was like, wow, this is powerful. And meanwhile, I was listening to Les-Brown, and this company they did an event, a big event. It's called Monations. And I went there because Les-Brown was gonna be one of the speakers.
Wow.
And I was like, oh my God, I have to go. Oh my God, you know, me and my, oh my God. And I was like, I have to go. So I went there because he was going. Not really because I was in love with the business, but just because he was going. So I got the money, everything, I went. And then I decided myself that I had to follow this pattern that he was teaching there. Like, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. He was saying like, you can impact people. And I was like, but I don't have anybody on my team. How I'm going to do that, you know? And then little by little, everything goes into place. And then finally, thank God and everything, I have a big team, and I've been able to like help so many women create a second income through their phones. And also find my path going to Les-Brown, the Power Boys, which I was like, oh my God, now is my time to just go there and then present my story, how I got there, and then get picked. I was like, oh my God, like, wait. And I put, you know, my Instagram, you guys can follow me. My name is Giselle Creations. And I just played everything because I have recorded everything. That's why I record everything. And it's like the pattern, like I went to follow him, listen to him, then follow him, and then being able to be in like top 20 speakers. I was like, wow, like this is like what our mentor says, John Talarico. What you're seeking is seeking you.
Seeking you.
Yes.
Exactly. So I said, wow, this is a law, like for real. Like if you're going for something, just go with your heart, because eventually it will come to you. And so I'm super happy, and I'm grateful with God and everything, and all of you that, you know, that I have met, and I never knew that I could met so many people, so great people like you guys. And yes, I'm so happy.
Wow, I know. Happy, glad, excited, joyful, merry, all of those words, just put them in the basket. Like it's sometimes you just short of the right adjective or the right word to use. So I definitely know how you're feeling, and I want to say congratulations again, Giselle, on that great achievement, because I know it's going to move your business, your life, and everything forward. So congratulations. Okay, so let's go to Lady Sandra. Sandra, are you ready for my question?
I am. Bring it on.
So, before we joined the Thinking into Result program with Bob Proctor, where John Talarico happens to be our coach, we started off with the Power Voice program, correct? Is that how you came in?
Yes.
Awesome. Yep. So now, Sandra, how long have you been with the Power Voice community, and how did you find out about it?
So I joined actually in October. Ooh. And how I found out about it was through Lisa, our publicist. Really? We were just talking, you know, and honestly, there's a backstory to that. Lisa and I have known each other for a decade, right? But we, you know, life would have it, we go separate directions. So we hadn't talked, I want to say, for about 5 or 6 years or so. And as God would have it, we came back together recently this past summer. And we got connected. We started talking again. And I was just explaining to her where I was in my life, and that I knew that there was something more I needed to be doing. Okay. I'm an entrepreneur of 16 years, but I felt like there was something else I needed to be doing. There was something missing, that there was an impact I still had to make. And she said, you should think about joining the Power Force system. Wow. And I was going, well, what is that about? And she said, it's Les-Brown. And when she said Les-Brown, I was like, my ears perked up, because I met Les-Brown in 2013.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I met him in 2013 at a conference. And he impacted me then, and I just would follow him. And I just kept saying, one day I'm going to meet that man. I'm going to actually be working with him. I kept saying that. And so here we are now.
Wow, that's the power in our mouth. And it is something he says to us all the time. He says, from the mouth comes death and life. So we should be careful about what we say, because those words have ears and they actually run. Look at us today. Look at you today, Sandra. I'm so happy for you. So one more thing, what has your experience been like, or how has that changed your professional and individual space since you joined the program?
Wow. So, the one thing I'm clear about is that I'm always working on myself. No matter what program I'm in, it's always about self first. It's like, I'm going to get the lesson first. And even though speaking is not the first time I've ever spoken, I've been a speaker, but I'm also a life learner. And so listening to how Mr. Les-Brown crafts a story and how, I don't know how he makes it impactful, changed how I see myself, changed how I see my story, and really got me to thinking about the things I needed to work on, even as I was sharing my story, with him. It's like, oh, there's still some things I need to do for myself. So in that instance, like I had some estranged family members. Being a part of the Power of Voice and being a part of TRI, I've since mended those relationships.
Wow.
That's huge.
Wow. That's
right?
Huge. That's deep.
Yes.
That's a lot.
Yes.
That's enough freedom, if I can use that word, right? That's relief.
Yes.
Wow.
Because I believe that when you release stuff, especially when you're going to be obedient to what the steps are that you have to take, that will also free up what is waiting for you. Because like Giselle said, what I'm seeking is also seeking me. But if I have things that are blocking me, then they won't find me. So for me, it's a constant working. So being in Power Voice and TRI has changed me personally from that level.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. I can really relate with that. That point where there's a term and there's a way they put it, say bless and release. And when you bless and release, you just have that freedom, that peace within you. So, I mean, that's a huge leap right there. So that's really very impactful. And I'm also going to throw that same question to you, Giselle. Tell us, how has this changed your professional life and individual space? I know you work a lot with ladies and things like that. So just share some of, what has this done for you? What has the transformation been like?
Well, the TIR has been amazing and super impactful because in the business that I'm now, basically, we have to work our minds. And if we don't have the mentality, literally, we're not gonna get there, right? This business is for everybody. And I think every single business that you want to work on, right? But if you don't have the mentality, it's difficult to get there. And basically it has helped me to help my team and to help another women to tell them, like, look, this is how the mind works. This is why you're not succeeding or getting into another level, is because you have to do these certain patterns. And something that I didn't even know, or maybe like act this way, because even if you're not let's say, if I want to get to some certain rank, I have to act like that rank. I have to feel like that rank. And some people act just like they started. No, you have to just start putting in your mind that you're getting the results already, even if you don't have them. So things like that have opened my mind even more. And it's like, wow, I never thought that I could just do everything with my mind, even though seeing all the patterns, like Les-Brown, for example, like, okay, you started listening and then going to the conference and then training and then now speaking. Like, everything is a process. But if you don't follow the pattern, it's like if we don't have a GPS, how we're gonna get, right? So this program has basically guided me it's still guiding me to the place that I really want to go. And not only in this business, but personally, being as a motivational speaker, which is one, like, I think is my passion, because chemistry is my passion, but this overcomes everything, and I
supersedes everything.
Yes, and I didn't even knew about me that I really like that, right? And so basically it has helped me so much mentally, like in all the way.
Awesome.
Can I add one thing?
Go
if you
ahead.
don't mind? Yeah, I wanted to add one thing because something Giselle said, and in addition to, mending, my background before I even got into speaking is in the domestic violence world. Like, so I started out working in that world because that was also my experience. And that's how I got into speaking. Well, life sometimes will take you a different direction. Since being in this, TRI and working with Les-Brown, it's amazing how I'm coming full circle. Wow. And so now I am back to speaking to women about not just how to recognize it, but how to heal, how to move forward, how to recreate your life, how to rewrite a chapter in your book, because you get to do that. Because I've done that for myself. When I look at where I am now versus when I first discovered that I was someone who was a victim of that and now a thriver, you couldn't tell me that I would be here now having this conversation with you ladies, or even being on a tour, because I didn't even think I would make it back then. I didn't even think I could own a business, let alone be a speaker and someone wanting to listen to what I have to say. So hearing Les-Brown, when he did my story, I was in awe because and then he broke my name down and I'm thinking, wow.
Good at that, right?
Yes. So,
I know.
Yeah, it's like we do have things to offer people because of where we've come to where we are now. It's just simply amazing. It's amazing.
Awesome. Thank you for that addition there, Sandra. And that pretty much leads us to my next question here. So both of you are on the national tour that I asked you about earlier. So we're going to go back to that. Celebrating life, celebrating you. I so much love that topic because it kind of resonates with now, like the time that we are in. Both of you are visual. It's going to be a visual female empowerment tour. One of the aim is to empower females to be able to advocate for their self-care, especially during this time, right? And secondly, the other objective is to be able to connect women to needed resources as deemed necessary by collaborating with other entities, which kind of relates with what you were just saying, Sandra. So that's really very helpful. So, but now my question is, and I'm going to throw this to you, Giselle, to speak first. How did you become part of the tour? Can you share briefly with us? How did you get selected to be part of it?
This is another blessing, to be honest, because I just share my story. I just share my passion. And always in the tier meetings, I always share. I share my winnings, even though if it's not big thing, I just share. Oh my God, I did this. I was able to, let's say, go to the gym on time. Little things, because I understood that as women, sometimes we are very hard on ourselves, and we have to celebrate. Again, we're celebrating ourselves, like our little things. Just like maybe down, oh my God, I learned how to, I don't know, maybe do some beans, something like that, right? That you're saying, oh my God, this is just beans, but no, you learn it. So it's a big win for us women, but we don't see it like that. But when we understand that little things like that are like our wins, you celebrate everything, and you start feeling better about yourself. Okay, so I'm a better woman, I'm a better wife and mother, sister, everything, because you're celebrating you. So that's why this tour is so impactful, and I'm so happy that I got picked. Just was a call, and Lisa was like, oh my God, I love your, oh my God. And I was like, okay, what is this? Because I didn't have her phone, I was just there, and then she, who's this? I'm Lisa. I'm like, okay, oh my God, okay, that Lisa. So I related, and you want to be part of the speakers. I was like, what?
Wow.
Of course, and that's how it happened.
Awesome. Wonderful. Good story there. So you were celebrating your win. That's why it's always good for us to be in a place of gratitude. They say when you can think, then you can thank. You never know who your testimony or your little win will bless. And, that's how you Lisa called you. And Lisa we're speaking about here is actually Lisa George. In case you want to look her up, she's called Lisa George, and she happens to be a publicist. She's one of the best publicists that you can ever think about in the world, right? Do you agree with me, ladies?
Yes.
Okay, so Sandra, I know you've known Lisa for a while, but was there anything else that made her, choose you to be among the ladies that should be on this tour?
Well, she saw my 10-minute video that I did. I did a 10-minute video, for Les-Brown, which is so hilarious to me because I'm doing a 10-minute video. I'm a speaker. But what's interesting is that, again, I'm a life learner. So I'm nervous doing a 10-minute video, and I'm doing this video about my story because I've had to learn that I am enough. I don't think that we as women recognize that we are enough. And so I didn't know what to speak about. And so that I heard that in my voice, talk about you are enough. And Lisa saw that, and she sends me this text on oh my God, you had me crying. I was like, what? She saw my 10-minute video. Wow. And the next day we started having a conversation. Because she and I are always thinking of things that we could do together, or how maybe she can help me get on a larger platform, or how I can help her, and brainstorming. And she just kind of threw that out there to me. I said, well, that's a great idea. You should go ahead and do it. Mm-hmm. The next thing you know, I'm one of the speakers on the tour.
Wow, awesome. That's so
because
beautiful.
She wanted me to talk about that piece about you are enough.
Wow.
Because we as women, and sometimes I have to remind myself of that. I have to get in the mirror. Thank God for TRI, thinking into results.
I am enough, right?
Exactly. I am enough. And by the way, that is one of my t-shirts.
So that's a very good one. That's where our stories, sometimes it's always good for us to share our stories, because we never know who that story is going to touch or who will be impacted by our stories. So don't keep it to yourself. Some people think sometimes, I just want to be personal, I just want to be private. Share, because see, now you agree with me that the celebrating life, celebrating you is going to be visual on, right now we have about 9 states. Am I correct? 9 states.
Yes.
Illinois, Washington, Texas, Maryland, did I get that right? DC,
yes.
Florida, North Carolina, just on, and more states to be added, right?
Yes, correct.
And you ladies are going to be impacting a lot of people even as you go through this tour, right? And now, what do you hope your personal impact will be as you're participating? I know you've shared about your story, and Giselle has talked about how she was, sharing her win. But what's your goal? What do you think your personal impact will be, Giselle?
Well, based on my experiences, I like to tell and to show, and not only to say, oh, you can do it, but show, because as I always say, it's not just talking, but talking and showing. And as I have gotten success on my business, I can help women, not only to get to a second income from their phone. We have phones and we are not doing anything but pay bills. But let your phone pay that bill, right? By working. And another thing is that we have to take care of ourselves. So I want to basically tell the world that they can do it and they can impact another people, but just taking care of you, like understanding your purpose, you can impact more people. And I think this is very powerful, because there is so many people over there that they're successful, but they don't really show how another women can just do it too.
Awesome.
They can say, oh yeah, you can do it, but give me a course. How?
Walk them through.
So
right?
This is me right here helping others and putting another crown to another queen, right?
Exactly. Fixing other people's crown.
Exactly.
Right?
Wait, honey.
Awesome. So Sandra, moving forward, how many books have you written?
So I have 3 of my own personally and working on number 4.
Wow.
But I am a co-author in 7.
Wow.
And I am the best-selling author of, and, you always lose count of these things. So my 3 are best-selling, and then there are 4, I think. So 7. I'm a best-selling author of 7 of those books.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
Wow. And you're currently writing another book, is that correct?
Yes, I am.
Can you share briefly for a few seconds what is it about and when will it be published?
So the book is going to be talking about how life interrupted me, basically. I am the mother of 1 son, and this is the first time I'm actually publicly sharing a snippet of this. I am the mother of 1 son who did something he shouldn't have done, got a first offense, and was sentenced to 25 years. And I'm writing this book because I want other mothers to understand that you did the best that you could with your children, that they don't come with, books or anything like that, because we as mothers carry guilt sometimes if our kids, don't go the way that we think they should go. And sometimes it is because they're on their own journey. But I also recognize that for me, being a conqueror of domestic violence, he witnessed some of that. So I'm writing this book to help other mothers free themselves of shame, free themselves of guilt, whether your son or child is incarcerated physically or emotionally. I want them to be free of that and understand that they're on their own journey, and that they too will fulfill their purpose when the time is right, because we all have had our own journey and we all have our own stories to live. And so the book is going to be coming out in the first year of 2021. So that first quarter, around there, January, February, March, I don't know exactly when, but sometime around then in 2021.
Oh, wow. Thank you for sharing that with us, because, a lot of times, and I think just quite recently, I was sharing how sometimes in the process of telling our story, we become very vulnerable. So I know that's really very dear to you, and being a mom myself, I can just imagine, you stepping out there. And I'm very sure, I'm very positive that your story, at the end of the day, when that book will be published, we just, give other moms out there the voice that they need and the encouragement that they need if there are other people that are going through or been through the same situation. So thank you so much for coming out and just sharing that piece of you with us. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.
Okay. So over to you, Giselle. And my question to you will be, I know you're an entrepreneur, right?
Yes.
What advice would you give somebody that is considering to become an entrepreneur?
Do it. Even if you have fear, do it with fear, because that's the thing. When we have something like this seed in our heart that we want to accomplish, but we're, oh my God, I'm scared. If you're scared, do it like that, because you don't know.
Do it scared.
Exactly. Because you don't know how successful you're gonna be if you don't try it. I always say you have to just do it. Do it because you will be successful. If you're not gonna be successful, okay, you try another thing. Exactly. But mostly you will be successful, because if you put it in heart, if God put it in your heart and you do it with passion, you will conquer anything.
Exactly. So your number one advice is do it now. Do it scared. However, just do it, right? I love that advice so much. I love it. And being an entrepreneur, I know it's a lot encompassed in one. So that's a very, very good advice. And one more question I have for you, Giselle, is can you share with our audience and let us know how you've been able to balance your entrepreneurial journey, all that you're doing with your kids, because we know you have a family, and then of course you have all these other things going on. Can you share with us?
Yes, definitely. And as I was saying, this is a question that so many people ask me, because being successful is not only just being there successful, right? But what is behind that? I am not always, let's say like that, just to be open to a lot of women that we feel to, how can I say this? we have our moments, right? That we don't want to do things and whatever.
Sure.
But what sets me apart of everybody is that I'm disciplined and I have a goal. So when you have a goal and you're disciplined, it doesn't matter if you're feeling well, if you're not feeling well, if you're like having your period or whatever you're having that day.
All ladies
Right?
now, all ladies.
All ladies stuff, because we have to be open. I like this interview.
Yeah,
You know,
let's be real.
things
That's
like that.
some real talk.
You know, people, oh no, I cannot because I feel sick. Well, no, you're an entrepreneur, and when you're an entrepreneur, you have to know that you are living based on your efforts. So either if you keep working or you don't have money to pay your bills. And so what sets me apart, as I said, is the discipline. So what I do is that basically in the morning, I have my schedule and I have time for everything. I go to the gym at 4 a.m. and then I follow the patterns, because now that I have, basically I'm a teacher with my son now that we're doing this
In school.
and it's difficult because he's 5 and I'm learning so many things.
Wow.
But still, like, I have to be patient and I have to know that everything in my life is because of God's purpose. And so I have a schedule, but I'm very disciplined, and this is what comes, like, investing on yourself. You have to invest on your development. When you know that you want something, you have to be
Go
disciplined.
for it. Like,
Exactly. If you want to build an empire, a business, you have to know that you have to do sacrifices. You have to wake up early. You have to maybe go to bed late, right? So this is our life. But then at the end of the day, all these efforts become success. And then
Exactly.
you're gonna, of course, remember all the sacrifices, but at the end of the day, you're gonna say, wow, I did it, I made it happen, and everything's on my mind, and I'm disciplined, and I can do anything I want. And
wow.
this is something that, yeah, this is me.
That's inspiring. So basically, you're a very disciplined woman, and of course, you have your goal. You're very goal oriented, and once you have your goal in front of you, you are committed to those goals, to achieve those goals, right? Which is one of the great lessons that we're learning from the Thinking into Result program with John Talarico. So I'm really very happy to hear that. And I know a lot of women can relate with what you are saying, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay,
Definitely.
so now my next question goes to Sandra. And Sandra, please, can you tell the audience about what you do each year for your birthday to challenge yourself?
Wow.
Yes, we'd like to know. We got some inside information.
So
Tell us everything.
one of the things I wanted to do was challenge myself, because challenging myself, I always say how you do one thing is how you do everything.
Mhm.
It just is. And so for me, I don't separate personal and business. I'm all of it. My life is my business and my business is my life. That's just how it is. As an entrepreneur, it is what it is. I don't have a 9-to-5 schedule. So one of the things I wanted to do was, before I joined the TRI group, I said, let me find other ways to, to push myself and to get past some fear. So for one of my birthdays, I went to Hawaii and I zip lined 9 lines. Now, mind you, we're talking zip line off of these high cliffs.
Wow.
And when you look down, yeah, it's like I was breathing. I was like, okay. And I did it because I wanted to push myself. It was like jumping off the cliff, like Les-Brown said, when you jump off, you're gonna get your wings on the way down.
Grow your wings.
Yes, grow your wings on the way. Exactly, grow your wings on the way down. And so I said, let me do this, and I was petrified. But I did it. I did it because it was something. First of all, I invested, so I'm not going to waste my money.
Exactly.
About that.
I must get my money's worth.
When you invest in yourself, really, you're not gonna. At least you shouldn't want to waste that money.
Exactly.
So I wasn't going to invest. So I had to. And secondly, there was a 9-year-old little boy doing it. I was not going to let him show me up.
Wow.
So the competitive side of me said, jump. And then another thing I did, I'm still learning how to, I'm not a swimmer. So I'm learning how to swim. I did a helmet dive in the Grand Caymans. You know what a helmet dive is? They put this helmet on you,
and
you
then
go way
Wow.
down below sea level.
Mm.
And I'm going, who told me to do this? Why did I think I could do this? I, again, was petrified. I was the last one off the boat. But what I learned about that is, I told the guys who were there, I'm petrified, I'm afraid. And they said, trust us.
Mm.
They said, if you trust us, give us your hand, we're going to guide you.
Mm.
And that stuck with me as a metaphor for life, period. That when, you know, we need, especially as women, we need to reach out for help because we don't know everything. And sometimes we are petrified. Sometimes this is new for us. So get yourself a support group, because there was the captain, and there was the guy who put the helmet on my head, the guy literally who helped me onto the ladder, the guy who held my hand while I walked on the ladder. And there was a guy at the bottom of the water who grabbed me when I got down below sea level.
Wow.
Right.
Wow.
They helped me. And when I got done, I was like, oh, this is really good. Like, I enjoyed it because the help was there and I accepted it. I got through the fear and recognized they were not going to let me drown. So you have to trust your support system, but you're going to have to ask for help. And me being in there. So those are some of the things that I've done. I'm still taking swimming lessons. You know, the next thing I'm going to do is jump out of a plane. That's the next on my list for my birthday.
Baby, we go together. This is one of my check that I haven't done it, but I want
to. You guys may need to add me on that because I love to go on adventures, right? And one thing I've learned from all these your journey is that you've been very courageous, and that's one thing as women that we need. You need to have courage. You need to, you know, just take it and do it. Do something, do it, right? Which is also a good spirit of an entrepreneur. So we heard that you love to hug trees. That's true.
Yes.
You love to sit by the ocean.
I'm a tree hugger. Yes.
So can you share about that too?
I am an empath, and you know, I feel people and things, and so I'm a very spiritual person. And so a lot of time, and I'm also an introvert. And so because I give a lot, I have to find ways to ground myself, and nature grounds me. I go hug a tree. It's like heart to heart. It's something about when you put your heart to that tree, it gives me nourishment. And I just hug it, and it just restores me. And the water is where I go and get what I need from God. I sit by the water, I cry, I let it wash over me, I let it cleanse me, you know, and I just sit there and hear the waves, you know, come in and go. It's like it's mesmerizing, and it really, really restores me, because that is what I need to do for myself in order to continue to be an entrepreneur, because the journey is not for the faint of heart.
That's right.
You have to have things in place that are going to help you along this journey. And one of the things is self-care. How do you take care of your mind? Yes. How do you keep yourself? And so that's what I like to do. I even have taken off my shoes and actually stood on the ground, earth, to help myself get grounded. Yeah. So that's why I do that.
These things, like, are they like therapeutic to you? So does it when you hug the tree, for instance?
Yes.
When you sit by the river. So
it is.
It's
very therapeutic. It is. It's very, very therapeutic for me. Sometimes I'll cry, and the tears would just roll because it's something about nature. It's nature speaks back to us. You know, nature. You know, trees are rooted and grounded, and a tree reminds me to be rooted and grounded in who I am and my authentic self. So when I go hug that tree, it reminds me that I too am authentic. I too am rooted. I too am grounded. I'm grounded. And remember that the wind may come, and you know, trees, when the wind comes, it sways. I may sway, but I will not be uprooted.
Not be uprooted, because you are deeply rooted, right? How long? I'm just kind of curious. How long have you been doing this?
Probably for the last 10 years. I actually started this journey of actually self-love in 2009 because I had a traumatic experience.
Oh, wow.
And that's when I started seeking some different things, because I said, if I'm going to do this, if you're calling me to what I consider the world, the nations, I got to take care of me. I can't very well speak to other people if I'm not doing what I'm telling the other people they need to be doing themselves. So how do I take care of me? And I started just studying, getting mentors, coaches, and spiritual coaches, really, and, you know, holistic coaches and things like that. And they would give me different things to do and try. And I discovered that I like nature and water. I didn't know I liked it. I really didn't know. I did not know that those are the things, because I wasn't doing it before then. Wow. And I discovered by just working on me that nature and water are my things. Where I live now, I live near water, and I have a trail that I walk on a lot and hug trees and go sit by water. Yep.
Wow. What city do you live in?
I live in Maryland.
Wow.
I asked for that. I asked to be positioned there because I know what I need for me. And so for me, you know, as Giselle was saying about the impact she wanted to have, that's one of the things I want to teach people. Know what you need for you to take care of you.
Exactly what I was going to say. Know what you need for you. Yes.
Yep. Right. Because it's different for everybody.
Yes.
You know, so that's why, but it does add on it's something about the trees and nature and the birds and hearing them chirp, and you're just lost in nature. It really, really brings me back to myself.
Wow, that's great. That's great. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
This was amazing. I want to add something, and it's just like an experience that I had. I remember when I was a server on Miami Beach. I'm from Miami, from Colombia, but I live here. And it was a man, and he told me, hey, you seem like you are being, I don't know, for some reason, like you're stressed. And you know what? You have to hug a tree. He told me that. And I said, oh my God, thank you. Yes, I am. Like, you know, in those rushes, I was like, oh my God, I don't know what to do. I'm starting doing this, that. Oh my God, it's so much. And he just came like that. And then he was with a lady. And then I said, how do you know? Like I was, you know, and she was like, he knows a lot of stuff. And I'm like, okay, then I will have to hug a tree. But I didn't know the part behind it, because he was just a customer and he just went to eat with his wife, I don't know. And he told me that, but I'm so glad that now I can.
Now I know, right? Mm-hmm. It's also an aha moment for me, because listening to what Sandra said and listening to you, Giselle, if somebody had just walked up to me and told me, go hug a tree, I would think they're insulting me. But now, like, sounds like go hit your head on the wall.
No, but I did.
But now I know.
Oh my God, I might have too. No, and I went there, and he also told me, I remember, like to walk with like where rocks, where I like so many things, but I remember walking like through the rocks and hugging a tree, and then I just did it, but I didn't even know the meaning. So like why I was doing it. Just okay, just let me do it because it feels different. I have never done it. Just somebody else told me, and I am feeling like this, how he knows, you know, and just let me do it. But thank you, Sandra, for sharing that.
Yes, that's an eye opener. So I'm gonna be looking out for that. When I feel stressed, I'll just go look for trees and come on, tree, I need to give you a hug.
Yes.
To feel better, especially now that the world is so big. We all need to be hugging trees. Come on, viewers. I hope you're all with me.
All of you guys there.
Yes.
Awesome.
We all need to hug trees for real, because nature speaks. It really does.
That's right. I believe you. I've learned something new. So Giselle, give us 2 words that describe you in 2020 and why those 2 words.
Ay, Dios mío.
Wait, did you just speak Spanish?
Of course, you know, I have to throw my Spanish over there because you are going to learn so many things, including Spanish. But 2 words will be, the first one, as I always say, like is opportunity and mentality. Because I think when we like, and also right now in these circumstances that we're like going through, some people they see it really bad, some people they see it really positive. I see it positive because we learn so many things, we discover so many things in ourselves, that being at home and like maybe reading books or whatever you're doing at home, and just I saw so many people like building businesses with me, and they were just like, if this wouldn't happen, they didn't come out of the closet, let's say like that, right? So basically for 2021, I come with the opportunities for everybody that wants to impact themselves first, because as we always say, we have to find ourselves first in order to help others, right? And that will be opportunity. And then mentality, because when we have the opportunity, then we say, okay, now what I have to do. Mentality in order to get us to like going to success, basically. And those will be my words.
Awesome. And I'll throw the same question to you, Sandra. 2 words to describe you, and why those 2 words?
Surrender and flow. And surrender because the circumstances surrounding or what we see are out of our control. You can't do anything about it, but you certainly can choose to respond differently. You can choose how you're going to react. And because I was a girl who was always wanting to be in control, I had to know what was going to happen next. I had to know, and that's not always possible. And so the flow is being present in the moment. Just go with the flow. Whatever's happening in that moment is what's supposed to happen in that moment. So surrender to it and choose how you're going to respond to it. And so I choose in those moments to breathe and to see the good. So that is me, surrender and flow. And I'm going to carry that into 2021 because I want to maintain my surrender, because I know that the plan is greater than me and bigger than me. And I want to flow with it, because as long as I don't control it, I'm open to receive whatever that opportunity is, to receive, how the master planner, the creator who created us, I'm open to a different way of seeing it and a different way of doing it. So yeah, those are my words.
Great.
Powerful.
Great words. Yeah, powerful, right? From opportunity and mentality to surrender and flow. I'm sure our viewers are taking notes. You women are spilling it. And all these places lit on fire. I hope you can see it. So we're getting close to the end of our interview, and I'm really enjoying this. I'm sure you guys are too. So one question before I go to my last question. So the second to the last question here will be, what plans do you have for 2021?
Based on what?
Sandra, just generally, 2021 is around the corner. We have a few weeks and we'll be rolling in. What are you thinking? What are your plans? I just posted something recently. I said, don't wait till 2021 before you start planning what's going to happen. You should have your plan already, just so you can hit the ground running in 2021. So just share with us one thing you plan to do in 2021. Sandra.
I plan to increase my product line. I have a product line called Give It to Her. And it's an inspirational product line that is not only doesn't include t-shirts, but I love candles. And so I'm going to include a candle line for women, along with, bath salts and those things, because not as entrepreneurs and as women entrepreneurs, we have to take care of ourselves. It's not just work. You still got to take care of you. And sometimes you need those serene moments. So I'm increasing my product line, and I'm actually working with some organizations that are going to help me create that product line. We're like testing scents and all these kind of things to put some signature things together for me. So yes.
That's a great plan. And that sounds like money to me. Money. Okay, Giselle, tell us briefly, what's your plan for 2021? One
of my plans is to take my voice and help so many people by my story, and by showing and telling them that there is somebody that can help them, that there is a person that passed through so many things that, sometimes we have to see other people problems in order for us to say, oh my God, but I can do it. She can do it. Why I can, right? So this is my purpose for 2021, to take my voice to everywhere and keep impacting people the way God basically called me to do.
I see you achieving that. And I love the fact that you said you would take your kids with you. That's really a very good example to set for the kids, so that they can learn how to help people impact life even at, from younger age. So train up a child in the way he should go. When he's old, he will not depart from it, right? So that's a very good step right there. So I love all you ladies have shared with us today. It's been a wonderful experience. And lastly, before we go, can you tell us where people can find you? Because you ladies have dropped so much nuggets. Like I said, I'm sure the audience are writing. They've picked up one or two things. They can't wait to watch the tour, the outcome of the tour, celebrate you, celebrate life, celebrate you. I'm sure it's going to be very awesome. They want to connect with you. Where can they find you, Sandra?
So everything you need to know about me is on my website at www.sandra, Sandra, Chaney, Chaney.com. Like my YouTube, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, IG, all of that. All my contact information and everything is on my website. One stop shopping is what I say. Yes.
One word, Sandra Chaney, and I'm going to spell that again, SANDRACHANEY.
Yes.
Right? So type it in, look her up. Even when you go to Google, let me tell you guys, she's on Google. So pop up.
Yes. I love it.
I know. I was surprised about that one, but yes.
Yes. Okay, Giselle, where can the audience find you?
Well, you guys can find me in all platforms, but I have my website. It's www.gissellecreations.com. Giselle, Gissele Creations. And I have Instagram, Facebook pages. I'm launching the Facebook page, but just for motivation. And it's been grateful because I'm going to start doing more interviews, and of course I want you guys over there too. And this is going to be amazing because I want to to show how basically I do my business, and not only for the business, but how can we, by little words and by little things, we can help others. Because I remember again starting listening to Les-Brown, and it was just listening. And when we start listening other people's experiences, we can change our own lives, and then we find our purpose. So I have that page over there too, and on Instagram always. And of course, that will be it.
Awesome. So you're looking for Giselle, go ahead and look up Giselle Creations. You can tell from the way she looks that she's creative, right? So you will find her on the net, and you can also hop onto our website. These women have been amazing. You all will agree with me. You've had so much fun. I've learned so much just from listening to you both. So it's been great on this show here, Interrupted Blog. Shout out to the Interrupted Blog team. Shout out to Tawanda Blake. I hope I got your name right. I call her Tawanda. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to interact with these ladies here. It's been a blessing. It's been a pleasure. And also shout out to Lisa G. Woo-hoo! And great things have been happening here, and all because we listened and we heard that call. Type voice, and that's how we joined the Les-Brown Power Voice program, which has led us to the Thinking into the Result program. So we also want to use this time out to say thank you to Les-Brown for all that he's been impacting in our lives, and even up until this time where we're privileged to be able to work with him. We are all products of the program here. And also our great connector, John Talarico, the master in the Thinking into Result program. Thank you so much, Coach. You know that we love you and we'll continue to represent you. We're happy that we're finally taking all these things that we're learning and we are thinking into results. And we're going to take this result to 2021 and beyond. So thank you all. Is there any other thing that you want to say, Sandra, before we go?
The only thing I say, I love to end with a quote that I always say, is that everything that I do and offer the world comes from a deep place of love. And so I just want to offer all our listeners love, because we do love you. Trust that we do, because we are not just our sister and brother's keeper. I am you and you are me. So thank you.
Awesome. Giselle, any quotes from you?
I love how Sandra, like, all this experience, and I'm so blessed to have you guys, because I am starting all these. Basically, it's been 2 years, but for me, it's like I'm a baby, and it's it's like having you guys teaching us and me also. It's a blessing. Thank you so much. Yes, I want to basically tell everybody, all the women out there that want to get a second income through their phones and looking pretty, you can reach out to me and my website. And basically, as I always say, let's go straight to the top. In Spanish, vamos para cima. Así que
also, I'm sure our Spanish viewers have gotten that. Great words. Last was there from our great guest, Sandra, Chaney, and Giselle Creation. So, like I would always advise, and our coach always says, surround yourself with quality people, because people that are going in the same direction as you will definitely lead you faster to your destination. So don't keep your eyes off the goal. Keep looking at the goal and be focused, and you'll get there. Thank you so much for watching today. Let's all say bye to our viewers. Bye-bye.
Bye.